Hello, everybody. This is Frogman. Welcome back to Manufactio Nuclear Edition. The last time we started working on getting some of the modules up and running, and getting those modules up, we've at least got the efficiency and the production up to tier 3, and we're looking at needing to do some more farming and more structure building and a whole bunch of other things in order to be able to get those any higher. I did kind of want to dip out underneath the base and kind of take a look around because, well, we're starting to show some signs of a little bit of radiation pollution in a few areas, considering the fact that, well, this is the old base and there's nothing left out here that should be producing this kind of stuff, and it's gone clear out over there. And, well, yeah, underneath the base, we're starting to see some decently consistent dead grass patches, and well, it's just a little show of what's going on. We're currently hanging out. I mean, I guess we can look down in the bottom right hand corner of what our reader is seeing, but there's a few spots that are, well, we're in the FRAD now, so whatever that is, I have no idea. Some places are pretty nasty and some places are not terrible. I mean, it's still kind of horrible. That's we'll get there. We're all right. The only reason why I'm not currently seeing any major, I should say any major issues is the fact that, well, we do have golden carrots, so that removes a considerable amount of the radiation. We do have the slow rad away packs that do a little bit of radiation removal. And I think it was at the end of episode or in between episodes, I went ahead and stuck some of the resistance shielding on my current armor to kind of try to help a little bit. Probably pretty soon we're going to be switching over to nothing but golden apples, just because that's an excellent way of keeping down the problem. And you can die. Thank you. Yep, that's perfect. I don't want your sticks. You can just go over there. What? Click. Oh, hi. It's one of those things. And are you going to give me some bugs? Yes, you are. Thank you. All right. Anyhow, I think, oh, you gave me a little sugar. Cute. I'm not really worried about your sugar. I don't want your coal ore. We got some chorus fruit and some of the endstone. I had some chorus plants out here that I just went and dug up, because today what we're going to do, now that I have figured out that we can do a couple of things, is we're going to continue on down the let's get as many modules going as we can, well, styles of modules as we can going, so that we can continue to try to maybe work a little bit of some of these things out. Now, I would like to be able to get the efficiency and the productivity modules clear to level 5. Some of the speed modules, again, I'll probably just make, I don't know, maybe just set up a stack of them or less, just handcraft a stack of all the little parts that the speed modules need, because I really don't foresee a need for us to do any kind of anything when it comes to those kinds of deals, other than maybe trying to match the speeds of the science with the speeds of the science kind of deal. But I really don't care. I think we're at a point now in the game that we should have probably been doing stuff already, but it looks like we have a reasonable amount of a few other things. How much do I need for that last one of these? Did we do all of those? Bioplastics requires 250. And I think we can do that. Where are we? Click. Yes, excellent. All right. So whatever's left with the genetic manipulation, that's fine. We'll just put these back and let them do their work. And bioplastics is a thing that I've kind of had planned for all the way from the beginning using that cactus farm. We will definitely need to take a look at that eventually. I'll put this in here. So today what I want to do is we're going to kind of, like I said, take a step back. We need to start farming chorus fruit, because chorus fruit is how we are going to get the end essence crystals that we need in order to be able to do, well, the glinting crystal, the energetic crystal, and the resilient crystal. And I believe it's this one is going to be some of these parts. And let me go back to where I need to get my stuff. This is going to be stuff for those parts. And this is going to be stuff for the speed modules. And if I recall correctly, that is also the resonating crystal that we need to be able to make the cables for refined storage, should we decide to go down that line. We're also going to need a whole, part of the other reason why I'm interested in doing the other that other plastic is that we need to make an awful lot of liquid plastic to be able to make a bunch of these cables. Again, we're going to see what the next update brings as far as certain things go. I have no interest right now changing this mess out, but it may end up being a thing that we can do interior-wise to possibly remove at least the center section. I don't, like I said, I don't know how much of the, I should be, basically, like, we should be able to exchange most of this center section of our logistics network with refined storage and be able to get rid of a little bit of this back and forth across the mile that is this base. And that would help production considerably, at least in moving from point A to point B. Now, the power usage on that, God only knows what it's going to be, and I probably don't have any near enough power downstairs to be able to make it happen. So that is one of the reasons why I'm very interested in getting the efficiency modules up and going. To the point that I might start doing math on these to see what a full-on efficiency, efficiency 5 in a assembler, or what is it, 3? The other version of this is an assembler 4, just to see what the difference would be in that one. And this is actually one of the ones I probably should change out for a speed module. I should take a look and see. How are you keeping up, man? You doing all right? You're doing all right for now. But it's just on the math of whether or not we can save enough power by changing all of these out to a level 3 and then putting an efficiency 3 module in them and getting them just chewed down as much as possible. All right, with all that being said, we need to craft a chorus farm in an ender farm in a, let me see, farm. We need to get it down, we need to get it producing, and then we need to start using this to... That's what we needed those for, so I shouldn't really have a hard time with that. I just need to make a farm managed farm, which is a bunch of factory blocks, which a bunch of factory block placers, and a few other little things. Let me get all those parts together. Let me get this built, and then we're going to go over to our farming area and start building with that, and then we're going to move a little bit on from there, because we need to then take these things and turn them into... the end essence crystals here, using some more nitrogen, that plan, and a chemical plant tier 4. Somewhere we're going to stuff that down. I don't really know where. I might start building a secondary level out here and start stacking chemical plants. I don't remember if I have enough room back here. Maybe we do have enough room to do like 1 or 2 more right here. That might be what we'll do, because we do have access to everything. But let me get those parts together, and then I will be back with you guys. All right, that took a little bit, but as always, we've got our stuff that we need to do and things that we can put away now. Let me put a few of these away. I probably actually want to leave that right where it's at so that I don't lose it. But we now have a chorus farm, which means we should now be able to start doing some things. We don't have an awful lot of endstone. I've kind of run around the world and got a little bit, so it's going to be a little slow maybe, but I think what we'll probably do is we'll place this down, and then I'm going to hand place the parts where it needs to go so that we have plenty of spacing for these plants. They're not terrible to kind of fool with, but I don't have an awful lot of stuff either. We're going to have to see how this all works. Let's grab some more parts, and I think I have all of the things on me I need. Let's do a real quick inventory check, and then I'll come right back and see how much of a pain in the tail this one is going to be. So, you're going to be even with this, and, well, I mean, I don't really care how you line up. Well, where it overhangs, at least. I probably should have put it over there, but again, we've got trees that overhang kind of too. So here, and then where is the center? Here, there, right? Right there. Where is my building? A box. Let's get some stuff going. Just put this down right in the center so you know where to put it. Like right there. There we go. You can go right there. And again, we're going to build this in specifically. So I think what I'll probably do, like I say, we're going to hand place parts. I know that this is not amazing to do, but I don't have a lot of endstone right now, and I want this to be utilizing as much as it can. And this should theoretically work either way. So now I have 19 left. We'll do a little bit more in here, and then we'll try that again. Oop, nope. Give me that back. I don't think it's 3 wide, right? Yeah, I think what we need to do, that worked out too nicely. Let me do this a little bit better. Maybe what I should do is just put them all on one side away from everything else. So, like, put it over this direction. I don't know. Let me figure this out, and then we'll get on with this. All right, I think we'll try that idea. I've kind of pushed it off away from the mushrooms because the mushrooms will eventually get in the way. It doesn't really matter with the chorus roots. My whole entire idea here is I want them to grow as tall as they can with zero obstruction on top of them at least. So the ones that are over here will likely grow up and end up getting in underneath this level, which just means whatever comes out over here will make fruit quicker. Not fruit, the flowers or the seeds, these things right here, and then everything else should work. So we didn't need to do the same old deal that we did with everything else, which is we need to dig a hole underneath the floor, bring in that mess right there, which means I'm going to have to reconnect this underneath of it. And again, we'll just we've done this a million times, so I'm just going to go ahead and get all of this built out, and then we will move things up forward and start processing the chorus fruit into the crystals. Again, I'll see you guys when I get done. Man, these things kind of grow pretty quick. I think we'll be all right with this whole deal. Got a little bit of things going on. Why are you gone? You should be right there. I thought I got all these filled in. But anyhow, we have a very simple system as always. I went ahead and hooked the storage for the chorus flower just right next to this thing. So it just imports it and then puts it right back into the farm so that we should be good to go for right there. And, well, they're going to do what they can do. Chorus can be a little slow or grow a little wonky or do whatever it needs. Just it's working. And, again, hopefully this will be enough to kind of keep up with these, because every single one of these is going to be, well, every single one of these, 4 of these is required to make 1 end essence crystal, and 4 of those is going to be how we can do, well, like I said, some of the other little things that we have going on, to include that for that matter, and to include all of the little parts that exist in here. We're going to have to probably start working on the Neptunium, because the Neptunium is going to be the efficiency modules, and I think the only way we're going to get that is, well, at least to get it right now, is through an ore centrifuge, again, which we don't have any of this radioactive waste. I suppose I could probably start figuring out a way to make radioactive waste if I really, 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 really wanted to. Or it is going to be running things through an isotope centrifuge, which is going to be used uranium cells with all of that kind of stuff, which I don't think we have this recipe yet either. Or if we do the lead, pulverized lead, molten lead kind of thing through a nuclear reactor, we get a chance to get a little bit of neptunium. Actually, it's a pretty decent chance compared to how all that stuff works. We still don't have this is going to be a while kind of a thing, because I'm not planning on running anything through a nuclear reactor until I have what is it? This recipe right here, because we don't have enough of the stuff to make it happen. I guess we can do this deal here. What is the use on this? Can I U32? That's the processing to take that into plutonium and yeah, we got a while before that's going to happen. And again, the reprocessing, we could be doing this. We could be running a nuclear reactor right now, but I don't have enough of the U38, whatever the 5, whichever one is the bright green one. We really are not producing enough of that to be able to justify running that thing. So went ahead and stuck a cache down over here with the chorus fruit to put in it. And I guess I probably should, while we're at it, put a thing down so I can actually come over here and take a look at it. That is going to be that. Thank you. So we got 384. I've kind of saved some of that for a little while because I've been making little bitty batches of the other things here and there. That'll do us for right now. Hopefully everything continues to function correctly, and that will just kind of make things work. Again, it waits until the chorus flower turns to the dark black or dark purple color of a chorus flower before it actually does anything, so it'll let that grow all the way up, and then once they catch like a limb, I don't know, I don't think any of them are probably going to do it while we're here. What you can do, and I know this is kind of one of those things, what you can do if you want a whole bunch of chorus fruit flowers very early is you do something kind of like this, so that it grows upwards, and then it'll do that and it'll harvest it. It should actually, I think we need to go up one more block, but if you put a block right over the top of one of those flowers and then capture it so that it has a kind of a flat surface to play with, they'll just grow like one tall spread out and then do that into 2 or 3 little things, you know, like 2 or 3 little flowers like these guys right here. This one likely is going to grow up, get into this or get into that one or whatever, and eventually do some stuff. So like if you just need a bunch of flowers and not a whole lot of this thing, just you can force it to grow and split within the first couple of sections, and they actually grow really quickly the first couple of times. Anyhow, let us go mess with the next thing. That is going to be putting a chemical plant down here to then have that stuff start to be fooled with. So I think we should just have chemical plants in here, correct? Yes. Can I have like 10 of those, please? Again. And then we can go ahead and do a upgrade. I guess it really doesn't matter at this point. How quick is this process? Crystal. Recipe on you. That process in a single chemical plant tier 1 is going to take 160 ticks. This is 180 ticks, and this is 120. Let's get some tier upgrades for that as well, just to, well, get this kind of going a little faster. One of those, and the efficiency, one of those, and one of those, and the production, one of those, and one of those, and one of those. And we'll sit here and wait for all that to come in. I think that should be everything. We got a whole bunch of other goodness, and I'm going to have to find a way to make a little bit of room, but we're going to go down here and I guess shoehorn that thing in down on this line. I think we have enough room to do it. Looks like we have enough room to do it. Dude, you're going to drive me nuts. Seriously. Come here. Oh. Where are you? All right, let's get that put up. Well, we can at least get those crystals automated, and then we can start talking about how much time we have left for the next section. Let's go. I need to put I threw away all those things that I shouldn't have. Can I put something in my offhand right now so that I have a little bit of room to kind of fiddle with this? Because I need one of those. We're going to see how much one can do. All right. I hope you just didn't take it from somewhere else, because if you did, I'd be really sad. Yeah, I think probably pretty soon we're going to have to start thinking about moving upwards with this block of stuff, because this is kind of where our chemical plants kind of hang out. But there we go, that. And then I'm going to go ahead and immediately just do this. So one of those gets that, one of those gets that. That's the way it's doing it as fast as we can. And, well, as we can right now. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of stuff. And then, of course, since we have the ability to do these from now on, we do this. And that gets us the 2 of those. Put those back in line. Let me see. It's green and then red. So you there, you there. And I'm going to guess that's probably going to work like this, but we'll just, this right there. Put it down. What are you doing? Why can't I click on you? Hello? What happened? I don't know why you're doing that to me. Let me put this in here, and maybe you let me do this. That's weird. Some odd reason my shift clicking was not getting rid of that problem. Okay. All right. So then this is going to need a bunch of feeding things. We need to get this all hooked up. And I think, what is the process for this? Let's get this up on our bar. A on you. So we don't need you, and you anymore. So this is going to require plan 3 for P43. It's going to require crushed crystals and chorus fruit and nitrogen. Nitrogen shouldn't be that hard, I don't think. Nitrogen, we should be able to just get it into, well, I got to bring that pipe over and a bunch of the stuff. Again, let me get some things hooked up, and then we can see what happens. So everything should be programmed, or at least figuratively set up, built. We're going to have to set a couple of outputs. We also need to get the correct thing, which should be P43, that one. Crystallizer, yes, submit, give me, thank you. I do love that option there. So that goes in there. And So everything here should be programmed. I've got all these set up. I'm having a problem with the, I don't know what it is. I can't shift and undo the, I've got I can't shift and then place blocks. I think you guys already saw it. I've got a problem going on with the game. I'm going to probably have to restart it. It's just one of those kinds of things. It's modded Minecraft, stuff breaks all the time. So we have a bunch of stuff set up here. I want the end essence crystal to live in this cache. We're going to forever make as many of these as we possibly can because they're stuff we're going to need. So you just do this and you just do that for now. All right. So this needs to be chorus fruit or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Either way, which one it is. That be there, and then this needs to be crushed, crystal, this, correct? Yes. Make sure that's set to that, and then we're going to wait on those to show up. I know it's clear the hell down at the other end of the thing. Again, this is the point where I'm kind of saying that, sure, I mean, we could, I don't know. I'd have to figure out how I want to do that. The high-speed ducts or the high-speed pipes, we can make those. They're kind of easily somewhat doable. They're again, they're a little expensive given what they are. I mean, I'd have to tear everything out and make basically just start with a whole bunch of unrouted pipes and do this kind of a thing. You can then kind of chisel them into whatever you wanted to do. Essentially, what I would do with that is I would run the main line down the center. I'd just take this one out all the way down and then adjust it to fix with these. But I know that it's a kind of a pain to get from one to the other. I think there's actually a module or whatever it is that has to be used. It's been a forever and ever and ever ago. I know that there's something in here. There's one of these deals in here that I have to use to hook it up to get it to work. I don't know right now whether it would make any difference at all, considering that's an awful lot of more cable that then again, there would be no, there's no recycling for any of these. There's no usage on these. So I'd be dedicating for certain to be doing this forever. And I think I kind of want to stay out of that for right now, just until we know what's going to happen with the next update. Anyhow, do we have parts, pieces, chorus fruits coming in, crushed crystals? All right, that should mean you are processing stuff and making those crystals for us. Our big issue now is we don't have enough nitrogen. I'm going to have to start working on getting a little bit more nitrogen, to the point that I have actually started feeding our two drills down here gasoline, just to get this machine back up and running so that it's making gasoline all the time, so that I'm not backing any one of these other machines up. But I think we're probably going to set up a gas well. I do think we have several of these things in here. Should be this, right? Yeah, that should be a natural gas source. We have several of those. I think all of these are natural gas sources. I think what I probably need to get onto is either do a whole bunch of gas wells on natural gas sources and then feed them into the whatever these things are called, the hydrocarbon separators, and then throw away everything except the nitrogen. Well, it's throw away everything except the raw gas, I think is what we're getting after, because the raw gas is the problem, at least for keeping these things up. I'm not keeping this well fed with the stuff. It's actually running right now because I turned on a bunch of gasoline. But yeah, we could definitely be making a whole lot more raw gas. Or, and this is the other or, what we could do, and I think it's probably time to actually look at it, is we build a second floor on this section right here. We start doing a bunch more of the chemical plants and whatnot, and start messing with the air filters. I think that's what these things are called. These things right here, the air filters, because we can do that it's use on this use. We can do this process here where we take a little bit of coolant, which is basically water, and use an ingot to then get us a bunch of whatever we need to do there. So I might have to set up a bunch of these, because this process to get to these crystals, that takes an awful lot of nitrogen. They're going to need 100 millibuckets per each crystal made. And then the other issue with the nitrogen is that it is also being used to do the crystal seeds, of which, again, we are using quite a bit of those, and I think probably eventually we'll have to do some of this. And I'm not doing the silicon seed, however, right there, the silicon process this way, the silicon boules this way. I did kind of take a look at that step, and we might be moving towards those generally, because of the fact that it's kind of be easier on some of our processes. I need to go get some more limestone, don't I? No, we still have lots of limestone. Okay. Yeah, we're going to kind of mess around with those and kind of move a little bit forward. Okay. Let's see what we have left. I think we're probably at or about time of where I want to stop. So crystals past this. These are just crystallizer recipes. I should have silver crystals ready to go. We do have an ungodly amount of diamonds that I need to go ahead and process. And I think we have the lead crystals ready to go. We've already got that sorted. So theoretically, all I need now to get all of these is 1, 2, 3 crystallizers. And then we need to start working on Neptunium because we should have silver crystals available to us right up there somewhere, I think. I did put the pulverized where? Pulverized iridium's in here. Yeah, we've got lead crystals. I just need to have that thing start pushing the silver crystals down. We have the ability to do that right here. Copper, lead, third, I think. I think is where I put it. Let's go take a look real quick. Yeah, it's this machine right here that is currently off for whatever reason, probably because I have too much silver. What did I do wrong here? We're missing crystal. I'm missing those things. Why am I missing those things? Why work? Probably because it's out of nitrogen. All right. I think we're going to call it right there. Next episode, we're going to go kind of, again, take another step back. We need to get a bunch of more stuff going, but hopefully we should be able to craft most of these crystals, or at least the glinting and the resilient. And then we're going to have to... I'm trying to do everything I can to not have to do a couple of things, but right now it looks like we're going to get bottlenecked behind this, which is going to probably stop process for us because of the fact that I can't get this in a reasonable amount until after I can get nuclear science. And according to what I know right now, I'm not able to get that stuff because of the fact I cannot make these things. So we're probably going to be stuck with some of that here fairly soon. I guess I'll have to do a little bit of looking around and figuring things out. For now, I will call it. I will see you all in the next episode. I think we'll probably start messing around with the air filters so we can get our nitrogen production back up where it needs to be so that all of these machines stay running. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. We got a little bit of work done, and we should be able to start making a whole lot more modules fairly soon. Until then, I'll see you all.